Welcome to Deadly Dames, and this is going to be a standalone review of this wonderful film in front of me, which I've literally just finished watching. I had been after this movie for absolute ages. I actually, maybe 3-4 months ago, it might not even be as long as that, but I watched a review on this channel that, if you haven't seen it, I would recommend going to check the guy out. It's called A Touch of Film. He sort of, he likes a lot of Criterion releases, a lot of sort of Asian and sort of international style movies, and he was talking about this film called Snowpiercer. Now, looking at the cast on there, I mean, it's got Chris Evans, Tilda Swinton, Jamie Bell, Ed Harris, John Hart. I mean, when you look at the amazing cast that's in this, you would have thought this was a film that would play at the cinema, but I had never heard about it before. And when he was talking about it, it sold the film to me, just the way that he spoke about it and how much he said he really enjoyed it. So since watching A Touch of Film's review on this, I've been looking for this movie for ages. And I recently found it on, I think it was Amazon actually got it on, and this is actually an Italian release. And I'm pretty sure this is the Italian, no sorry, actually it's Dutch. It's a Dutch release, so it is Region B. And I snapped it up as soon as I seen it. I thought, I have to watch this movie. Every once in a while when you watch a movie, you get one that suddenly makes you sit bolt upright, and it's one of those movies, it's like a revelationary moment when you watch it. I mean, I've only ever had it with like a proper handful of films. So Battle Royale, for example, was one of those films that movie proper just stirred something inside me, and I thought, wow, what I'm watching is a masterpiece just now. Try to think of another one. Ink, if you've never seen it, that's another film that made me go, oh wow, this movie's amazing. Tetsu, that's another one. Sin City actually did it with me. Pan's Labyrinth. These are all movies that I've put them on and just been like, this is like amazing. And that's what's just happened when I've watched this film. I mean, obviously there's classic movies like when the first time I watched Terminator and Jurassic Park and stuff like that, but I'm talking about movies that not everybody would pick up and watch and go, wow, that was just phenomenal. And that's what happened with this film. From beginning to end, I literally just sat there mesmerised by what I was watching. And I'm still amazed that this movie didn't come out in a cinema or anywhere that I'm aware of. And if you were lucky to go and see it in the cinema, you were very lucky. So basically this movie is about the future, and the whole world is engulfed in snow and ice. And this scientist has built a train which is basically like an ecosystem. Everything's on it, and this train is thousands of miles long, and it basically travels around the earth and uses the snow, which it ploughs from the front to make water and keep life on board and things like that. And so basically it's like a planet inside a train. And with all things like that, there's a system to what's the word I'm looking for? I want to say like, the word is on the tip of my tongue and it's not coming out, but not stereotypes, but the way that you've got your upper class, middle class and lower class. Can't for the life of me think of another way, the word I'm looking for, but it's the same on the train. So the front of the train is the upper class, and then as you go towards the back becomes the lower class. And the story that you're following in this one is the lower class people uprising. And you gather from this movie that an uprising happens quite a lot, but no one ever seems to get to the front of the train to take power. But you're actually following Chris Evans' character and his friends with their uprising and trying to make it to the front. It's very much like The Raid, they're trying to get up the tower, or even Dread, for example, they're trying to get up the tower, except for this one they're trying to get to the front of the train. And each section of the train brings something new. And I'm trying not to say too much because I obviously don't want to spoil it for anybody. I want everybody to have the exact same experience that I did when I watched this. I just loved it. And but each section of the train had a different experience, and it felt surreal. A lot of imagination went into this movie. It had a similar feel to City of Children, if you've ever seen that. The Lost City of Children, if you've ever seen it. That movie just had a distinct like, you could see that everything went into it. Every pore of imagination spilt into that movie. I really can't think of another way to describe it. And that's what happened with this. But each step of the way, it just got more and more exciting, right to the final revolution. And revelation's the word I was looking for, not revolution. Revelation. Right to the final revelation. And there's a particular scene in it where Chris Evans' character, Curtis, is actually talking about life in the tail end of the train. And it's just, I mean, amazing the way I actually am speechless because I just love this movie so much. But the story is, the moment it was quite similar to Fenny. I know it's going to sound mad comparing it to this film, but you know, in Breakfast Club, when they all sit down, in that moment when they realise that no matter how different they all are, one's popular and one's a geek and one's a loner, and they all have the same problems in life, and they all start to spill out the things that upset them, and then they get to the guy that tried to kill himself because he couldn't make a lamp. It was kind of like that moment in this, where you suddenly have a eye-opening experience where you realise just how bad it was and why this happened. And I don't want to say anything else other than that, because I will give the storyline away, and I want you to have the exact same experience that I had watching it. The only fault that I had with this release was, because it is a Dutch release, even though I can watch it in English, I couldn't put the subtitles into English. So there's a couple of characters in this that I'm going to say, I think they're Korean or Japanese, the characters. But because I couldn't change the language, I don't know. But I couldn't, obviously, I didn't really know what they were saying. I could kind of make out the Dutch subtitles to figure out a lot of what was going on. I don't think I missed much in the storyline with the fact that I couldn't see, like, couldn't understand what they were saying. A lot of it, they've got like a translator device thing that does actually turn their language to English anyway, and vice versa. There was a couple of standout characters in this movie for me. Tilda Swinton, wow. I mean, I know the woman can act, and she can act, but in this, she totally amazed me. And Chris Evans, I mean, the guy's Captain America, and I mean, before playing Captain America, I mean, all I can really think of Chris Evans being in is Fantastic Four, which, let's face it, I don't really need to say much about Fantastic Four. The movies, none of them have been particularly good. And not another teen movie. I can't actually think of another Chris Evans movie that, and I'm sure there's loads of them, I just can't really think of one that I've seen him act as well in. I mean, this movie blew me away. He was really, really, really good. John Hurt's a legend. Ed Harris, he's a legend. It had that, is it Ewan Bremer? For Spud from Trainspotting. He was great in this as well. But yeah, the whole movie just totally took me by surprise. And if you're looking for a film out there that is going to keep you on the edge of your seat, and it's going to keep you guessing, because you're not going to know what's going to happen next in this film, and you're looking for one with the acting, the cinematography, the storyline, the music. Don't get me wrong, the effects in it, you could tell it wasn't a massive budget, but it doesn't ruin the film whatsoever. But if you're looking for a film which is literally going to be like a magic moment when you watch it, I would look no further than this film. I would definitely go and find it. In fact, I'm actually trying to buy a special limited edition French release of this movie right now, because that's how good it was. And I would definitely 100,000,000% recommend going on to eBay or Amazon or wherever, whatever you've got there, finding this film, buying it and watching it right now, and then having the same rant that I'm having as to why is this movie never had like a proper release. It should have had a proper release. Everybody should have seen it, because this is the sort of film that all film fans will enjoy, and that's just how I feel. So that's my rant over. I just had to do this one lone to be watched movie, which on its own, because Snowpiercer deserved to have a movie review all by itself. And as always, thank you for watching. If you've got any questions at all, please feel free to leave them, because I want to talk more about this film. I'm actually going to phone my sister and phone Claire and rant to them right now about how great this movie is, and that they have to watch it, and watch it right now. In fact, I'll probably drop this movie into my sister so that she can watch it immediately, so that we can talk about it. But yeah, as I said, if you want any questions whatsoever, if you've seen it and you want to chat more about it, or if you've seen movies which are like this, I want to know about it because I want to watch it right now. Because this is the type of movie that I like. Imagination movie that just oozes everything. As you can tell, I loved it. So yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching. Please leave any comments below. I will get back to you, and please like and subscribe, and take care.